Three, two, one. Do 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 do. Star Striker and Target, then Sword Girl and Bubblelinas, and finally Ventamax. Now they've all come together to form the Dream League that we're gonna be reading the rest of today. Come together right now over me. Rock and roll rock star, yeah. What's up, everybody? Bright and early this morning. Well, okay, we're not too early, but here we are. We're about to finish this there because this is a super week. It's been super leading up to this week there with all the Superman craze talk and stuff and video uploads and everything. Especially both from not only just me, but even from EJ the Supreme, whose birthday is today. I'll go and sing it here, but I'll sing it again when he come in here. So the what they got let's see, what was I gonna say? It's DJ's birthday today. It's DJ's birthday today. He's 1 year older than he was yesterday. I did. That was a little something I got from the Wayans brothers when they Brazilla, the Barney knockoff they had in one of their episodes when he was singing to the kids one of the kids' birthdays. That it's Sammy's birthday today. It's Sammy's birthday today. You're 1 year older than you were yesterday. Shut up! Nobody likes a crybaby. Yeah. We had quite a super filled week. Like I said, and leading up to it, all kind of stuff happening. Like I say, the birthday boy EJS. He been uploading videos like nobody's business. I've been having stuff going on alongside him there. Um, like I say, 'cause, and then like I say, there's a lot on EJ because he had stuff that had been building up. He was like, okay, I'm just gonna drop a video. Art break, different the plays he's in. Y'all need to check out his recent stuff. That he's got quite a bit of it, especially what I just finished looking at a couple of days ago. The pants on the ground, pants on the ground. It's like you need to pull your pants up. Oh my goodness! Yeah, the other side there, the guy Mika Thomas who directed also the Zoo Man that EJ was also in a while last year, and also and written by directed by him and written by Brandon Armstrong, who's on Facebook and everything. It's not real good play, like I say, little and to say just a little basic setup, but I mean, but it was cool to look at, especially the performance of the act of EJ and his and the other actor that he was playing off of there. Boy, he can really do when he starts acting, he can really do that anger motion, that emotion that I mean, like, oh my god, like, because he beat he's real cool guy. He's just real cool guy and everything. Like, hey, what's up? How you doing, boy? You put him like in action, he can. It's almost like Dean Richmond from The Nutty Professor. They say the actor was a real nice guy and everything, but when the cameras were rolling, it's like, okay, now you're Dean Richmond action. Like, yeah, he almost turned into Lex Luthor when he went off on Sherman there. So yeah, and so yeah, it's been on quite a bit. Like I say, then especially like here on this end with uh ironically, this book and the ones before it, all the superhero craze, especially with Superman, and earlier we had the Captain America, Brave New World. That's what. Oh yeah, the Thunderbolts came out and everything. Lilo and Stitch, not superhero related, but yeah, still. That I haven't. There's so many movies. Like I say, some I didn't get a chance to see, but I do plan to, see them on DVD and Blu-ray. Because there's some movies I definitely want to check out. Sonic 3. Oh boy. As what Sonic 3, Snow White. The and now coming and after Superman, we definitely in a couple of weeks, the what's it called, Fantastic Four, Geek Con gonna be next month and all that. Oh boy, it's so much happening. Like all this good stuff happening is getting so heavy. I, I need the crew to help lift it. I need Miracle Crew. I need y'all to help lift all this good stuff. It's like somebody overloaded me with it's like someone overloaded me at the CC's pizza buffet. I want a slice of Captain America. Let's see, a little Superman, a little Fantastic Four, a Lilo and Stitch. Oh, I want to try this over here, the Thunderbolts. So yeah. Oh. Oh, oh boy! I got. It's too much. It's too much. Okay, so anyway, so yeah, let's get on and get into this. There, I did let everybody know. I know this is kind of a surprise stream, so I don't know who's gonna be able to come because it's in the morning. I would have done it this evening, but if I'm not mistaken, I think EJ more than likely, like I say, if things go well for his, if it's in his if he's able to, I know he had his heart set on doing a stream this tonight there because he got there's a special subject that he really wanted to talk about, so that's why I'm doing mine this morning to make up for what I didn't do Thursday night due to my work shift. So yeah, that's why we're here. So yeah, if he comes on Friday night, you'll be having you see me and then you go see him. You'll be double live stream today. One of them, me in the morning, him in the night there. So birthday boy at night. So yeah, hopefully he's able to because I definitely like I said, I want to see. Because I ain't gonna tell you what the subject is, but I do know what he has told me, and I definitely don't want to miss it there. And I thought I had my volume down. They say, why? Okay, so yeah, I want to get copyrighted for the sound, so. So yeah, like I say, hopefully that goes well. And then of course, I think I mentioned in the past weekly update, that I will. That at 6 o'clock tonight, I will be doing a Zoom call meeting. Of course, I won't. Yeah, it won't be recorded or anything, but I will mention. But I do hopefully because we gotta record the review for Superman Saturday. This coming tomorrow, after we all go see it and everything, we're gonna record the review and kind of hang out a little bit. So hopefully I still be able to do a weekly update to put up for Monday or anywhere between Monday and Wednesday of next week, that because I'm not, like I say, it's possible I could get it up on Monday, but it's a chance it might be a little late due to us recording the Superman thing. So yeah, that's good. Yeah, would that be understandable? Because that's right on Saturday. Yeah, so I can only do so much in one day. Then plus, like I say, we going to see it after I get off of work, which is in the afternoon. So be a full day. So um, and then like I said, I got me up as soon as I do this, as soon as I read this to you guys, I got quite a day ahead of me today to get stuff ready for tomorrow. There, so that way we can just jump into what we got to do and everything. So yeah, whew, it's gonna be quite a weekend, I guess. Yeah, hey man. Like it's Sunday, Sundays usually most time the ladies when they have those fans, they be at the preacher be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah. Woo! or say, or as I think somebody, I think when we was imitating Medea, did he walk? Did he walk? Did he walk? I'm hyped up this morning. Yeah, and you would not believe it, but I did not. I got a little. I dozed probably a little bit, but yeah, I was hyped up last night when I got home from work after having a chat with Casey about Saturday. Yeah, just kind of and just sort of chatting there. But I was hyped up then, and I was like, I couldn't even get to sleep because I was so hyped up. So yeah, yeah, that that tells you where my excitement level there. So all right, so we're gonna go and get into this there. Yeah, I think I did. I'm gonna matter of fact, I'm gonna start because I did get through the first two chapters. As I recall, they had the tree and the watches and stuff like that. Uh, okay, found the fifth level. Yeah, okay. I was trying to recall there, and uh, I do remember. I do remember because there was not only not on because I think there was something going on with the live stream last night why I kind of cut it and I checked it. Turns out it cut earlier than I thought because I noticed it was saying like the connection wasn't strong or something. I don't know what the deal was with that, but yeah, really hope that that don't happen so we can get through this here. Um, so So we're gonna. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start somewhat halfway in chapter two when they get to the hero tree. Just a recap. In the last part, sort of had a recap of Star Striker, Target, Sword Girl, Bubbleina, and Venom X, and the previous five books. Sort of, there was a recap of that, and then they were all at Samuel's house for breakfast, sort of like how me and the Miracle Crew are going to be here tomorrow afternoon for the review, enjoying some birthday cake after of course enjoying movie snacks and stuff. And so they took the hero bus that Yero was driving to their new base of operation. Uh, had a Turns out the location of it was in a familiar area where that was from book two, where that Brian and Samuel remembered. Um, so uh, now I'm gonna start right here where they enter the hero tree and continue from there. Okay. And if you like then like I say, make sure you definitely like, share, and subscribe. Get our available books and support us on that Patreon, just like your boy EJ. Well, I'm sorry, like Iceman Universe, who is a Patreon of us there. And I do, and yes, EJ is still a Patreon, him, and even Big Sis Casey. But I mentioned Iceman Universe because he is a Patreon. He's not part of the Miracle Crew, but he does support the channel on Patreon. He's a YouTuber himself. Does reactions to Courage the Cowardly Dog, One Piece, Naruto, and Ed Nettie, and also Hey Arnold. So yeah, definitely check those out. You support him as well and get full link. Get to see the full video of his reactions, and also support the Miracle Crew. So yeah, you would say EJ on the Patreon, which like I say is, but I'm putting it as on the Miracle Crew because that's yeah, technically we're more so Miracle Crew members than the Patreon thing, supporting each other that way. Yeah, so it's just a little different from the Patreon pledges, but it's still support. Yeah, Big Sis Casey, Queen Tina, and EJ the Supreme. And definitely also make sure you definitely just like you hang out with us on the live stream and um, here hang out with us on Discord and Facebook, and let's tell you just stuff from the McCary app. And without further ado, we're gonna go on into this book here. All right, so the starting at the halfway point. Then, so excuse me. Then YERO turn. Excuse me. And here's a couple of pictures from the. Probably remember that from book number 2. Man, your breath smell like pickle, like dog poop and pickle juice. And that's a portal that they're about to go into, leading to the hero tree. Yeah. All right. Oh, speaking of breath, y'all give me 1 second. If y'all come in, just hang tight. I gotta get something for my breath because it's getting dry. not just water, but like something like little mint fresher. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Boy, he was little breath spray there. Makes me think of when we be at church with my grandparents there. My granny, as a kid, my granny would tell us, "Gabe, get a mint, your breath stinks." Oh, brother, this guy stinks. His breath stinks. So, all right. Then YERO turned onto a long driveway and drove it down until it came to a cluster of trees in the road. YERO continued to drive, and the kids became nervous and thought the bus would crash into them, but a portal appeared, sucking the bus inside. Yeah. After that, it appeared in front of an enormous tree with doors and windows. YERO turned, brought the bus to a stop, and turned off the motor. Everyone then stepped out the bus, and the kids looked up at the tree in amazement. "What is this place?" asked Samuel. "This is the hero. This is the hero tree," said YERO. "Your personal Dream League base of operation. Follow me, and I'll show you around." Everyone went inside the tree through automatic doors. Then YERO continued. This is the this is the entrance hall, the first level of the base, and up ahead are the teleportation floor pads. Ooh, gonna be like Power Rangers here. They're used to warp you to different areas of the tree and even places away from the tree and back. Then YERO walked toward the left wall, pressed the button, making a hologram of 5 touchscreen watches appear. Each watch matched the color of their superhero costumes. Like, "What are these?" asked Calvin. They look similar to Brian and my transformation watches," said Samuel. "They are your new transformation watches," said YERO. "They're called hero watches. When you're ready to use them, simply call for them by saying hero watches. Then to activate them, heroic transformation." That might work its way into the Yumiko series there. We're working on that there. And this is the hero tree right here. All these little rooms and stuff like that. And the hero watches that he's talking about there. All right. So sounds like a bit of an upgrade, said Brian. It is, said YERO. Can we try them out now? Asked Julie. After I show you the rest of the base, said YERO. On that note, they toured the second level. This level consisted of 5 personal bedrooms with a bathroom for each Dream League member. Ooh, sweet. It's almost like they got almost like the firehouse there. They got their own. They got their own. Like if they stay over at the base, if like they stay over at the base at night or something, got their own personalized bedroom with a bathroom there for each Dream League member, matching their costume color. Then the third level consisted of, and also kind of reminds me of not only the Justice League not only the Justice League base, like the Hall of Justice or the Watchtower, but also World's Mightiest Heroes with the Avengers, the base that Tony set up for them, and also in the live action movies too. There, I think the Avengers compound there. This can the third level. Okay, the third level consisted of an indoor training room, gym, kitchen, indoor training room / gym, kitchen / dining room, living room, movie theater / gaming room. Wow, science lab and a study hall. Man, I want to go. Man, y'all mind if I hang out here? After that, the fourth level was the equipment and vehicle storage room. In here, all the Dream League spare weapons, and gadgets, and the hero bus itself would be stored. Sort of like in the Watchtower. Some of Batman's spare gadgets were in the Watchtower. Because I remember this time villain Kronos was trying to steal. I think it was, I guess, one of his spare utility belts there. How did you get in the Watchtower? You tried to steal Batman's utility belt. In the Dream Spare and the hero bus itself would be stored. There was even a launch pad and portal for the bus. Finally, there was the fifth level, complete with a central control room. Everybody gathered there to just, sort of like the Justice League with the main 7. A control room, lecture hall, and an interrogation room. Oh yeah, because I remember Teen Titans, they had an interrogation room there. It's like being in a humongous palace, said Melody. But, yeah, this is like a giant birthday and Christmas present all together, said Samuel. Maybe even Kwanzaa too, said Brian. Or Hanukkah, said Calvin. Or she she Shichi goes on. I'm trying to pronounce that. Let me see. Let me bring up. I got a way I can pronounce that on my phone now. Let's see, maybe. Let's see. We got somebody in here there. Okay. Yeah. So look this up. This what Julie said here. We go. I say go sand, not the sand. Yeah. Okay, yeah, definitely. Okay, one time. Yeah, pronunciation, that's what. Okay, I was hoping they would just bring it up. Or, like, let's see. Okay, now I don't want. Now I'm just trying to pronounce a word. I don't need that. I'm not trying to get down those pizza.
Today is Shichigo-san in Japan. Let's go get the Chitose-ame to celebrate. Actually, Shichigo-san literally means 753. But why 753? And what's Chitose-ame? Well, I already made.
Okay, I was just trying. Okay, I was trying to get it pronounced because she does explain it here. Okay, she goes on. I was. This might be it. This might be. Okay. Chichi Gosan. Okay, we're just gonna go Chichi Gosan because yeah. Usually something would come up on Google where it would have like you just hit the button and it would pronounce it there. Unless maybe let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Maybe if I oh boy. Okay, maybe if I put it under the Google app, maybe that might help. Okay. Okay, that still didn't help. Okay. Anyway, never mind. All right. So, or Shishu, say Shichi Gosan, said Julie. Everyone looked at her confused. It's a festival for children back in Japan, she explained. Suddenly, the red alert came on. Sounds like trouble, said YERO. Everyone rushed to the large computer screen in the control room. YERO searched the computer to find out what the trouble was. Then an image of the Nelson Laboratory in Oil City appeared. It was under attack by robotic tentacles. Dream League, it's time for action, said YERO. And chapter 3, Dream League, go! Like, Titans, go! And not the Teen Titans Go series. Yeah, not that, no, just when they actually say Teen Titans Go in the original 03 version. Say, yeah. And of course, they all ready. Hero watches. Heroic transformation. Kind of making me think of Big Bad Beetleborgs. Beetle Bonders. Beetle Blast. Big Bad Beetleborgs. Like that there. Samuel, Brian, Julie, Melody, and Calvin prepared to suit up. Then their hero watches, they exclaimed. Then their hero watches appeared on their arms. After that, they held them toward the ceiling and said, heroic transformation. Then each of them went through different transformation sequences into their costumes, which are kind of, I mean, I know Star and Target, possibly Sword Girl. Okay. I didn't think about this when I wrote it, but yeah, it don't seem like Bubbleina and Vanamex would really need the watches because they can, which I think it happens in a later book. They can easily change. They're easily capable of changing into their costumes through magic. Yeah. Oh well, magic and technology, I suppose. There. First, for Samuel, a star appeared in the background, aligning with his body. After that, the star would materialize into the battle suit on Samuel. Finally, when the transformation was complete, he would appear as Star Striker, swiftly striking like a star, Star Striker. Next up was Brian. First, multiple target symbols would appear in the background and around him. Then the target symbols would begin scanning and next start materializing the battle suit on him, changing him into target. Right on target. Target. So here we are. Here, start. So you got Star Striker through his little process into the more colorful costume. And Target as well. More detail of the transformation and stuff there. Right on target. And then it was Julie's turn. First, the Yukoshi amulet appeared around her neck, then and shined rays of light around her. She closed her eyes and concentrated very hard, causing the lights to materialize her costume on her, changing her into Sword Girl, and also changed the style of her hair from flat to spiky. Honorable Samurai, Sword Girl. After that was Melody on cue. First, bubbles appeared in the background behind her as she made her trident appear in her hand. Then she used this magic to gather the bubbles around her and change her regular clothes into her costume. She also changed her hair color from dark brown to pink and her eyes from pink to aqua green. After that, she became BUBBLELINA, strong but gentle BUBBLELINA. And you got that. Transformation with Sword Girl, as well as BUBBLELINA. BUBBLELINA. And the Sword Girl. Yeah. And then, of course, finally, Vanamex brought it all home. First, he made his wand appear. Then, like BUBBLELINA, he used its magic to change his regular clothes into his costume and become Bantam X. Okay. Clever and charming. Bantam X. Dream League ready. And that's the, yeah, Bantam X there. All the X's. And the Dream League is ready. Look at those. Split screen. Everyone to the hero bus, said YERO. Once they arrived at the storage room, YERO changed the hero bus outside appearance to what he had shown the Dream League earlier. After that, he prepared the launch pad and portal. They got inside, and away they went through the portal into Oil City. Once they arrived, the Dream League noticed wings had appeared on the hero bus, and it was flying. Oh boy, the Magic School Bus. Come on, the hero bus now. Hey, guess I forgot to mention that the hero bus can fly, said YERO. Now that's cool, said Star. You're not kidding, said Target. Hey, this superhero team thing is really full of surprises, said BUBBLELINA. Just then, the bus started to land toward the Nelson Laboratory. Suddenly, two police cars with terrified policemen inside flew past it. I'll get them down, said Sword Girl. She quickly teleported outside the bus and levitated toward the cars, then raised her hands toward them and used her psychic power through her hands to control the cars and force them toward the ground slowly and gently. Slowly and carefully. While she continued to do that, the hero bus made its landing and the rest of the Dream League exited, racing into action against the tentacle robots. The robots had the abilities to fire missiles, acid, and poison ink from their suction cups on them, and they could barrel through the ground to avoid attacks. It's pretty big challenge here. There's the hero bus flying. Sword Girl catching the cars that were thrown there. And yeah. And all the tentacle robots there. Yeah. Dream League had a challenge with these things. After Sword Girl landed the police car to safety, she teleported back where her teammates were to aid them in the battle. Eventually, she came up with a plan. Everyone, quick, high in the sky for a moment, she said to them in their minds. Star and Target took Phantom X and Bubbleina and flew them up where Sword Girl instructed. Once they got there, she teleported to meet them. So what's the plan to beat these things, said Star. Simple. We split up into different directions to confuse the robots, said Sword Girl. It'll be easier to that then it'll be easier to take them out. Are you sure that'll work? Said Target. It has to, said Sword Girl. Well, well, let us give it a shot then, said Bubbleina. Suddenly, everyone noticed some missiles heading toward them from below. I didn't mean a shot at us, exclaimed Bubbleina. I got it, said Venom X. He quickly pulled a sheet out of his pocket and threw it at the missiles. The sheet expanded and wrapped around the missiles and exploded. Then, after the explosion, Bubbleina noticed some incoming fighter jets coming toward them from a distance. Something tells me those jets aren't reinforcements for us. Target and I can handle them, said Venom X. You guys take care of those robots. Roger that, said Star. As Star, Sword Girl, and Bubbleina went back down, the jets got closer and started firing more missiles toward targeted Venom X. Venom X quickly blocked the missiles again by balling his hand up into a fist and blowing into it. This caused a barrage of balloons to fire out of his fist and inflate. Then the inflated balloons captured the missiles and the jets and floated up. Meanwhile, Star, Sword Girl, and Bubbleina were running around and confusing the tentacle robots as Sword Girl instructed. Eventually, most of the robots got tangled up into a ball and started breaking each other apart. Star fired his star lasers at the ball, and Bubbleina joined in, firing her exploding bubbles. Together, their combined attacks destroyed the tentacles. However, 6 more tentacles came from behind them. It's a pretty big battle, yeah. You got the almost definitely making me think of Teen Titans there. Captain the Missiles, then little combo. Teen Titans mixed with the Avengers there. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Sword Girl saw them coming. But quickly, move aside, she told Star and Bubbleina. Once they moved, she took out 2 of her swords and charged at the tentacle robot and took them out fast in multiple slashes, causing them to fall into pieces on the ground. Then the last tentacle came from under the ground and wrapped around Sword Girl, but before it could put the squeeze on her, a target ring came from the sky and destroyed it. That's right there. Gotcha. Yeah. Sword Girl started falling, but Venom X caught her using a giant balloon. Guess that's one way to loosen someone up, said Phantom X. Sword Girl trying not to blush while turning her head aside and said, yeah, thanks. Phantom X just chuckled. I guess I stand corrected, he said. We did it, shouted Bubbleina. We did it. She randomly hugged Star, causing him to blush like crazy. Star and Bubbleina. At least in this universe. After that, all the scientists from the lab and the police approached the Dream League, cheering and thanking them for saving the people. Yay! Yay! Congratulations, Dream League! You saved us! Yay! Now, get a little CPC. on water eventually. There, I should have filled it up before I started. Chapter 4. Anthony Westwood. Anthony! Shortly after the crowd cleared, and Anthony was a main villain in the Star Striker and Target series back in 2004. Yeah. Shortly after the crowd cleared, the Dream League investigated the scene for clues on the reason of the attack. They also talked with the police, scientists, and Wallace Nelson himself. During all this, the pilots from the fighter jets in the previous battles flew to Minden, Louisiana, above an old abandoned barbecue shack and vanished. The pilots reappeared inside the shack, approached the counter, and pushed the button on the soda machine. Suddenly, a secret door opened, revealing a room with teleportation pads like the one in the hero tree. The pilots stepped inside and were instantly warped to the secret lair under the shack. Was the mission successful? Asked a voice on the intercom in the lair. The pilots shook in fear at the voice. Well, boss, we had a small problem, said one of them. There shouldn't have been any problems with this mission, bellowed the voice in an angry tone. I gave you all the firepower you needed for this assignment. What could have possibly caused you all a problem? The pilots quivered in fear. It was a group of kids with superpowers, and kids with superpowers. Moments later, the man that the voice came from approached the pilots from out of the shadows, slowly revealing himself. He was wearing a dark violet suit, pants, and shoes. And well, it looked more like blue shoes, though. Oh well. And the man's name was Anthony Westwood. He was the mastermind listed on the BTB agency's wanted list for endangering the agents with his constant splicing experiments. The barbecue shack, yeah. Yep. And it's the secret lair. And there's Anthony in the middle. What I had in mind when I came up with him, and even in this story, was Ebon from Static Shock. I am Ebon, fool. There's only one group of kids that could be responsible for ruining this plan, said Anthony. The same group of kids that stopped my plans before in New York, before I got fired from the BTB agency. I had a dream to create an invincible army of genetically spliced agents. Each one would have attributes and abilities of any animal. However, my first tests weren't too successful. The agents I tested on weren't able to keep control of themselves after their mutation. Spent a great deal of money, along with secretly borrowing from the BTB's accounts, because I felt if I succeeded, I'd receive millions in my own and own the agency. So in order to find some extra money to correct my experimental errors, I secretly bribed some of New York's roughest criminals to steal it from the main Yorker, New York's largest bank. That's when those kids showed up, ruining everything. With no extra money, I was fired from the agency for endangering the lives of the agents that I used as test subjects. I thought it was the end, till a mysterious lady offered me the help I needed. But those children have followed me here as well. We must destroy them in order for me to get my revenge. Take over the BTB agency and soon the entire world. Anthony laughed sinisterly. Well, there's one problem, boss, said one of the pilots. How are we going to find them? I mean, we don't know what those kids look like without the fancy costumes. We don't have to, said Anthony. I'll send more of my robots to the kind of places where any kid would go. Amusement parks, playgrounds, arcade, malls, candy shop, ice cream parlors, even the circus if we have to. The key is to attack them by surprise. So, gentlemen, let's get to it now. And now we're in chapter 5, Suspects. The Dream League went to the BTB agency headquarters inside the command center to discuss the attack on the Nelson laboratory. It's gotta be that Willie kid, said Star. Who's that? Asked Vandermax. He's a kid that used shark robots to capture me and the others once before in Oil City, said Bubbleina. Look at book 4. Right. Thanks to our teamwork, we escaped and defeated him, but it wasn't easy, said Target. I seriously doubt it, said Sword Girl. He may be a crazy genius, but surely he wouldn't attack his own parents' lab just to get our attention. Before we leave. Before we start pointing fingers, we need to find out what kind of valuable items were recently put in the lab before the attack, said Lee. Well, according to Professor Wallace Nelson and his scientists that we talked to, Target, it seems they've recently created a stabilizing gene serum. They explained it's a new cure for gene errors. Could you explain that to me one more time? Said Vandermax. Same here, said Star. Yeah, that's gathering at the BTB agency. Yeah. Sort of like the Avengers at S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah. And then another picture there. Bubbleina and Sword Girl with Agent Lee there. And that other one had Professor Curtin there. And also what Target's about to explain about this gene error thing, I actually, before writing this, I actually looked up gene errors. And this is what I got with exactly what Target's about to say. This is exactly, so it's an actual thing there. Very well, said Target. Gene errors are the precise arrangement sequence of A, C, G, and T bases on the DNA strand, and it's the recipe that encodes the exact sequence of a protein. If the recipes have extra bases or misspelled bases, or if some are deleted, the cell can make a wrong protein or too much or too little of the right one. These mistakes often result in a disease. In some cases, a single misplaced base is sufficient to cause a disease such as sickle cell anemia. In other words, this serum can cure someone that may only have 4 fingers, or someone with one blue eye and one green eye, said Kurt. Yeah, that. Look, and they say the layman terms there. Oh, now I get it, said Vandermax. Now the only question is, who would be after something like that, said Star. Our only suspect would be Anthony Westwood, said Lee. Anthony Westwood? Asked Sword Girl, Bubbleina, and Vandermax together. He was an agent we fired for endangering the lives of many of our other agents with his splicing experiments. It's possible that he could be planning to sell the serum in another country at a high price and use the money to obtain more powerful animal DNA to splice his associates with, said Kurt. Like dinosaurs or dragons? Asked Bubbleina. Star and I already faced a dinosaur partner of his. I seriously doubt he'd be able to find dragon DNA, said Target. What if it's my cousin Kyochi behind this in order to get revenge, said Sword Girl. I bet the attack was meant to draw me out to him. If it was him, he would have came after you the minute you arrived, said Kurt. The only other suspects other than Anthony would be his associates. It's possible that he could have gotten them out of prison. So what's the plan? Asked Venom X. Well, the agent the agents will go investigate the crime scene along with the rest of Oil City and Shreveport and the downtown prison where Anthony's associates were sent after we drained the splicing serum out of them completely, said Lee. In the meantime, we want you kids to be ready for action at any minute that he decides to strike again. Yes, sir, said the Dream League together. And now, chapter 6, after another sip. Crystal clear. Chapter 6, an unlikely partnership. Oh boy, got a very familiar face about to come in here and team up with Anthony. Meanwhile, back at Anthony's secret lair, all his staff were hard at work building and constructing more tentacle robots. Suddenly, the intruder alarm went off. Anthony instructed everyone to prepare to attack. Eventually, a small boy walked in, his face concealed by shadows. Show yourself, demanded Anthony. Very well, said the boy. He stepped out from the shadows, revealing himself. It was William Nelson, also known as Silly Willie. Oh boy. Nice place you got. Nice place you got here, buddy, he said. I have 3 questions for you, you little creep, said Anthony. First, who are you? Second, how did you get in here? Third, why are you here? Furious, isn't he, readers? It's like an evil chubby Steve Urkel. And of course, a little flashback of those who hadn't seen the book 4 reading there. Well, Willie kind of broke the fourth wall here too when he said, "Furious, isn't he, readers?" I'm William Nelson, known as the smartest kid in Oil City, said Willie. But you can call me Willie. Then Willie showed Anthony a piece of one of the tentacle robots. I got here by hacking into the data from this, and I'm here to make you an offer that you cannot refuse. I don't make deals with kids, said Anthony, and nothing you can say or do will change that at all. Mm-hmm. So sorry to hear about that, said Willie. I guess you don't want the stabilizing gene serum in my dad's lab. You're joking, right? Asked Anthony. Nope, but surely an adult like you wouldn't believe what some silly little boy like me have to say, said Willie sarcastically. Then he took out a sample of the serum out of his pocket and said, as we said before, too bad. Well, see you later, Mr. Westwood. Wait a minute, kid. Why would you come here just to give me the serum so easily? What's the price? There's no price on this. Well, except for one thing. One thing that I personally want. The mermaid. Anthony and his staff laughed like crazy for a while. They almost started to cry from all their laughing. Oh my God. It's a mermaid. Oh my goodness. It's a mermaid. Oh, this kid is so funny. Okay. I just started laughing for real. Okay. Okay, okay. almost almost like the actors in the Tyler Perry play when they be trying not to laugh and they can't hold it. Especially on scenes with Medea and Mr. Brown. Oh boy, oh my goodness, Medea quit it. Okay, okay. Anywho, oh yeah. They almost started coming to that. Then once they began to stop, Anthony said, "Look, kid, mermaids don't exist." Willie grunted and said, "I figured you would. I figured you wouldn't believe me, so I brought this." Then Willie pulled out his laptop and showed Anthony a video of Bubbleina when she was inside the tank in his secret lab a few weeks ago. "Her name is Bubbleina," he said, "and it was her and her friends that your robots were defeated today." Anthony thought to himself, if that mermaid is for real, splicing myself with her DNA would make me invincible. No one would be able to stop me, and I would rule the world. Then Anthony laughed an evil laugh out loud by mistake. But quickly stopped when he noticed Willie looking at him suspiciously. "You got a deal," he said out loud. And with that, Willie and Anthony shook hands. And yeah, there you go. The deal is sealed. Too bad it ain't Stevie Wonder, though. Signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Hey! Chapter 7, getting to know each other. Sort of like how we're going to be getting to know the Fantastic Four in a couple of weeks. Samuel, Brian, Julie, Melody, and Calvin went back to the hero tree to familiarize themselves some more with all the rooms and surroundings. After a while, Melody called everyone in for lunch in the dining room. They were amazed at what they saw. There were turkey pastrami sandwiches, chopped chicken salad with sugar snap peas, minestrone soup with endive and pepperoni, and for dessert, lemon bars with blueberry gelatin salad. Well, at least they're eating nutritious there. Yeah, a lot of and I kind of named off some stuff from our produce department at Kroger: the chopped chicken salad, sugar snap. Yeah, because we got sugar snap peas and the over there by the salads and mushrooms in our area in our produce department, and also not too far from like the greens and the leaflet and like green, red, and romaine leaf lettuce. There's a thing called endive. They sort of look they like miniature it's kind of I can bring up a picture of it. Endive. Yeah, endive, right? Okay. Saw a notification on my Facebook. Endive vegetable. It's like a leafy green vegetable. Frilly leaves and everything. It's real small though. Let's see. Kind of fine. Yeah, this is what it kind of looked like in our department. Yeah, endive. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like get that light out of there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, hopefully y'all can see that there. All right. Yeah, we got, but yeah, that does exist there, especially the sugar snap peas and minestrone soup there, pepperoni. you made you made all this? Asked Samuel when YERO came inside with the drinks. Say, well, I did have some help from YERO, said Melody. Also, the BTB and Hunter Agency provided some food in the for the fridge in order. Oh, that's YERO. Also, the BTB and Hunter Agency provided the food for the fridge here in order for Melody to have the necessary ingredients. How did you learn to cook like this, X Brian? Yep. I think this is pretty. I think what was listed here is pretty fitting for a lunch. Yeah, because I think like breakfast and lunch, you don't really eat really heavy. Um, and sometimes there is a hefty breakfast there, but it's still not too big. Lunch kind of varies there. And I think dinner is where you really eat the most there, most in most cases. And then especially depending on the day itself too, and also the person. But most of the time, yeah, dinner is usually going to be obviously your heaviest there. Mhm. Well, hey, let's just say when you're a princess that's training to become queen, you have to learn a lot," said Melody, flirting. Samuel and Brian zipped next to Melody. Well, what do you have? Well, do you have to be a prince and know how to eat all this? Samuel asked. Julie yanked them away by their ears. I highly doubt it, but before you two start, we have to say grace first, he said. Almost like Misty pulling Brock away whenever he flirts with Nurse Joy and Officer Jenny. Say, yeah, we knew that, said Brian. Everyone take a seat and bow your heads in prayer, said Yero. Everyone did as instructed, and Yero began. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Bless all of us gathered that trust in him. We thank you for this meal we're about to receive. Let it be a nutritious blessing for our bodies. In Jesus' name, amen. And that's actually that, oh, taste and see that the Lord is good, that actually is from the book of Psalms there. And I know, I'm looking up the which number Psalms it is, but I know that it's from Psalms because there was in kindergarten and first grade. I went to a private school called okay, it's Psalms 34:8. Yeah, say, oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Yeah. So yeah, let's see, get the full verse there. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the one who takes refuge in him. Yeah. That takes refuge in him. So that was actually I think we would say that as our grace back at my private school, because it was a Methodist school. We even had a chapel and everything there. So we would say that before we got ready to eat there, saying grace there. Yep, would be nice. Yeah, well, tell you, yeah, we I don't know if any of them are doing this, but if not, we definitely could use that not just at the private school, but we need that at the public school there too. Yeah, because all this stuff going on, yeah, we need some prayer, grace. So you got a message from Casey there. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Just answered her. All right. So yeah, we used to say that in school there. Yeah, back in kindergarten and first grade there. It'd be taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed all of us gathered that trust in him. We thank you for this meal we're about to receive. Let it be a nutritious blessing for our bodies in Jesus' name. Amen. But it's pretty cool to imagine Dan Green, the voice of Yugi and Yami Yugi, saying grace. Yep, Yu-Gi-Oh! Grace. So, then everyone dined. During the meal, Melody requested that everyone share something about themselves to get to know each other better. I think they called this an icebreaker in the Descendants movie. Hey, why don't why don't you start us off, Samuel? Said Melody. Well, I oh got a message again now. Oh yeah. Oh, it was okay. Another response to EJ the Supreme. Yep. But why? Well, I was born and raised in New York City, said Samuel. You mean the city known as the Big Apple? Said Calvin. Say, is the Big Apple really tasty? Asked Melody. Yero chuckled. It's an expression that means that New York is a big place, he said. But I'm sure a big place like that would have some tasty apples. Man, that's a good point. Yeah. Oh, I see, said Melody. I bet you ate a lot of those tasty apples. Oh, hey, what's up, Casey? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Some I know that how that kind of feel. Yeah, sometimes, yeah. Not recently, but I know I've had some headaches before there. Oof. Ooh boy, those are not fun. That's but make yeah. It's, yeah. And they say that would be the bad storm. I know you Casey Rain Roberts bring the good storm, but yeah, them headaches, that yeah, I would yeah, that's not the storm I'm looking for there. Yeah, that's like the tornado I try to avoid there. Ooh, okay. So I've had a I've had a few, but my favorite fruits are watermelons and grapes. So say, yep. I pre- I prefer watermelon and grapes. My favorite fruits are watermelon and grape, which that's actually true. And now watermelon, grapes, and recently I've been eating clementines every day. Those are real good. Same same here, along with pineapples and papayas, said Brian. I love pineapples there. my my favorites are honeydews, cherries, and tomatoes, said Julie. Wait, I thought tomatoes were a vegetable. Say, no, tomatoes are scientifically proven to be fruit, despite their vegetable like odor and appearance, said Brian. Sure doesn't taste like a fruit, said Samuel. But they are good, just not sweet like a fruit, more savory there for stuff like spaghetti. Unless of course I never had these, but unless you get something like grape or cherry tomatoes, I guess those would be sweet there. Yeah, another thing we sell in produce there. Well, my favorite are my favorite fruits are plums and peaches, said Melody. Especially the peaches. My mom and I would eat them together. They, she would tell me, Bubbleina, they're sweet like these peaches. Sometimes she even called me that. Peaches and plums there. My favorite fruit is kiwi, said Calvin. They're the best. So Samuel, what inspired you to become a superhero? Asked Melody. Well, it was about a year ago when I started, said Samuel. Couple of my friends a couple of my friends from back then would see other kids getting picked on in the park. So we created ourselves superhero costumes to take them down as a team. Of course, I was Star Striker with my toy sword, boomerang, and combat skills. I was known to strike like a star. Ah, he said the line. Then there was Blocker and Blaster Girl. Blocker was known to build most anything out of blocks in the blink of an eye, including the various weapons he used. Oh, so that might be where Star Striker learned how to do those block gadgets when he got to Shreveport. Blaster Girl used water shooters known as her weapons, or pretty much water guns there, like super soakers and stuff. They water shooters as a weapon, but you never know what she'd have in them other than water. Together, we call ourselves the Star Block Blasting Force, a combination of our names. Together, we not only took down bullies, but crooks as well. And that's them right there. Star Block Blasting Force. Yep, you probably can tell which one is which, obviously. Blocker, Star, and Blaster Girl. His old team back in New York there. Mhm. Oh, okay. Oh, hey, oh, that's okay. Oh, yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, like I say, you got. I just hope you get the feeling better there, Case. There. Oh boy. All right. Yeah, I say. All right. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Definitely give a like there in the chat there, so YouTube can know we doing good. Yeah. It's no wonder. Hey, no wonder you have so much crime fighting skills," said Brian. Are your are your old partners still in? No, are your old partners still in New York? Asked Calvin. Hey, well, Blocker is, but Blaster Girl moved with her parents 2 months before I moved here with mine," said Samuel. "Maybe one day we'll get to meet them," said Melody. "So, Brian, how did you become target?" "Well, after Samuel saved me twice from a trio of bullies, and as Star Striker, they fought off a snake, and Star Striker fought off a snake woman named Sia. I wanted to fight alongside him," said Brian. "A heroic inspiration," said Melody. "I guess you and I have something in common. I was inspired by my favorite comic book superhero, Deep Sea Man, which is now Deep Sea Girl in Christina's BUBBLELINA comic series." "You read Deep Sea Man comics?" asked the boys. "Yes, all the time," said Melody. "Those are great comics," said Samuel. "I like the ones about Food Cat and Food Bear. And don't forget Super A and Super B, the grading scale duo," said Brian. My favorite are Double O Cat and his lovely assistant Rachel," said Calvin. Or like a Cat James Bond. Deep Sea Man. And some of the other heroes like Food Cat, Food Bear. I think they're in there. A and B. The way they were like a little upgrade of how I drew them back in elementary. And also Double O Cat and Rachel there. And those are actually other superhero characters I came up with back in elementary. Not Deep Sea Man was a creation I recently made up there. Food Cat and Food Bear, they were from elementary. They was actually kind of inspired from when Garfield dressed up like the Cape Avenger. Double O Cat and his assistant Rachel, that was actually inspired from Secret Squirrel. Anybody? I don't know if anybody ever seen Hanna Barbera's Secret Squirrel series. Yeah, that was a thing back in the day. And his assistant Rocco Mole. Yeah, so. And Super A and Super B, I also came up with them back in elementary, basically helping kids get good grades and also fighting the evil forces of the devil there. So against his minions D and F there. So yeah. So some of those characters might come. You might get to see them in Yumiko. Kind of revamp like a revamp of them, especially A and B. They're actually I actually got some big plans with them as part of the Yumiko universe in a different way, but it's going to make them a lot better there. So yeah, you'll be seeing that come up there. What about you, Julie? Asked Melody. Well, but I was ne- I was never able to get into comics like you guys, said Julie. But I guess my 4 years of sword training and developing my psychic powers kind of led me to living a lifestyle similar to a comic book superhero. And there's a little picture of her in her training there. almost like if I guess you could say if Matilda was a samurai there, like, who of course is played by Mara Wilson. And a lot of time when I do like those little AI and some of my shorts and some of my video shorts there, whenever I do like an AI of Casey as something in the video, sometime I will put in Mara Wilson doing da 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 da, and then dub Casey's face on her there because they sort of look similar there. Mhm. You've you've trained for 4 years? Asked Melody. Ever since you were 4 years old? Being that I lost my parents at that age, it was the only thing I knew to do in order to survive. Okay. How did how did you lose your parents? Asked Calvin. Well, after my training, I learned that it was my uncle Koji, said Julie. He had burnt down our house in Japan, which caused the death of my parents. It was all done in order to obtain the Yukoshi amulet I wear now. Uncle Kojo had also taken over my grandpa's restaurant, the Yuko Yuko, and changed it to the Napa Kappa. I found out he was attending the grand openings of one in Shreveport and the other in Grambling. I'm saying oh yeah, Grambling University. However, once I arrived, Uncle Kojo had already been poisoned by his own son Kyoji, also known as Kappa Blade. With Star and Target's help, I was able to take him down. That's quite a pass, said Melody. It is. It is, but the best part is that thanks to YERO, my parents are back, said Julie. Actually, Actually, it was Jehovah through his son Jesus that your parents were brought back, said Hero. I only asked if you believed it. Sort of like when Jesus asked Mary and Martha, did they believe that their brother Lazarus would come back? And they said they did on Resurrection Day. Jesus told them, "I am the resurrection." Yeah, Lazarus, come out. Yep. You and I, you and I have similar stories, said Julie, said Calvin. Except when I discovered my powers, I just wanted to become a magician and be famous. Sort of like Spider-Man when he got his powers and he went for the fame at first, but then, he learned that it was more to it than just, fame and stuff. He had to also take some responsibilities too, especially after the death of Uncle Ben. With great power comes great responsibility. Hey, looks like you got double duty as both a superhero and a magician, said Brian. You got a good point there, said Calvin. Chapter 8, The Trap. We're getting to the last few chapters there. No, it's kind of getting a little lengthy. I'm gonna try to do better with these, guys. Like I say, my intention, I look at how many chapters are in the book, and I try to read. Like say, this got 10 chapters in it, my intention last time was to read 5 chapters and then 5 chapters the next day. But yeah, cross between. I actually was kind of getting a little tired there, but I was trying to push through Tuesday night. But then also the internet was not in my favor that night. So yeah, it was sort of both. It was on both me and the internet there. So yeah. So like I say, hopefully our next one will be better. But yeah, we're gonna finish this though. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I apologize for it being lengthy there. I try to. Because my intention was split in half so that way we wouldn't be on here so long there. Yeah. Chapter 8, The Trap. Later that afternoon, Willie delivered the rest of the stabilizing gene serum to Anthony. Then they went to the beach at Cross Lake in Oil City. There, Anthony unleashed his robot tentacles that Willie had upgraded. All the people in the area panicked when they saw the tentacles. one of the BTV agents saw what was going on and contacted Lee. Then Lee contacted the hero tree. Samuel, Brian, Calvin, Julie, and Melody raced to the main computer in the central control room, and Lee appeared on it. Dream League, we got trouble at the beach by Cross Lake in Oil City. It's those tentacle robots again. No doubt Anthony or one of his associates are behind this. Now it's sort of making me think of them talking to Nick Fury here, except without the eye patch. I kind of think of my dad as Nick Fury a little bit. That was kind of the inspiration of putting him into these books was because of imagining him like Nick Fury. might possibly, and who knows what he might be like for Yumiko series there. We'll have to see. Then let's take them down for good this time, said Samuel. Samuel, Brian, Julie, Melody, and Calvin prepared to suit up. Hero watches. Heroic transformation. Swiftly striking like a star. Star Striker. Right on target. Target. Honorable Samurai. Sword Girl. Strong but gentle. BUBBLELINA. Clever and charming. Phantom X. Dream League ready. Everyone to the hero bus. They all got inside the hero bus, and YERO drove it through the portal to the beach at Cross Lake in Oil City. That's actually another now they don't actually, it's not, I don't think it's exactly a beach per se, but they do have an area by Cross Lake in Oil City, Louisiana. It's a pretty good distance from where I'm at. But they do have an area out there by Cross Lake where they do have like little picnic areas. So like more like, I guess you could say more like a park. It just so happened it's near Cross Lake. And there's a park here in Shreveport that's also kind of near the lake area too there. Cause me and Christina, we've went there before. We've been there before. Even put our feet in the water. But this has in Cross Lake, Oil City, Louisiana. Yeah, there is a picnic area near the lake, and you can actually just go out to the water and take a swim there. So it's sort of, kind of like a beach. It may not be considered a beach, but it's like a beach there. Mm-hmm. Once they got there and landed, the Dream League raced into action. The minute the tentacle robots saw them coming, they all escaped. Some of them barreled underground, and the rest went in the lake. Okay, is it just me, or did the robots actually run away from us, X-Target? I guess they realized that we were coming and didn't want to get beaten again by the mighty Dream League, said Phantom X, taking a stance. Respect amongst our enemies, I guess, said BUBBLELINA. Sword Girl sighed. I don't think so, you guys. Sounds a little too easy. Almost like a trap, said a voice finishing Sword Girl's sentence. The Dream League turned and noticed Willie approaching them, holding a small device behind his back. Hey, so you're behind this, Willie, said Star. Hey, eat away, Star Boy, said Willie. What do you want with that gene stabilizing serum, X-Target? Okay. I bet it has something to do with your plan of becoming a magical ruler, said BUBBLELINA. Okay. Well, not as long as I'm around, said Phantom X. You really want to know? Said Willie. After that, he laughed maniacally. Evil Steve Urkel, people. Like, you plan to tell us today, Wacky Willie? Said Sword Girl. Or Silly Willie. Willie stopped laughing and held up the device from behind his back. You don't have a choice but to find out, he said. Then Willie pushed the button on it, causing an extremely high-pitched screeching noise. to sound off, the Dreamlink collapsed from the pain in their ears from the screech. Willie was protected by some digital earplugs that had become activated once the screech was emitted. Eventually, the Dreamlink fainted and became unconscious. Then Willie turned off the screech, and the tentacle robots came from under the ground and captured the unconscious heroes. Oh dear. Yeah. Ouch. I don't know how it's like I had to, I know that sound had to be loud, and then also, oh boy, seems like Melody's getting the like Bubblelina's getting the worst of it in the next chapter. Yeah. Ouch. Talk about painful. Ooh. Chapter 9, Anthony's Devious Surprise. The Dream League had been taken to Willie's secret lab. When they woke up, they noticed they were trapped inside the cages like the ones from the first time Willie captured them. However, the cages were covered by electrical force fields. There was also a helmet on each Dream League member's head. Then Willie entered the room. Well, my sweet little bubble princess, he said to Bubblelina. Do you like how I redid my secret lab? It is charming, but I don't think I'll be staying. But I do not think I will be staying here long, said Bubblelina. Then she made her Triton appear and fired a barrage of explosive bubbles at the force field. Suddenly, her helmet vibrated and emitted a loud screeching from the beach into her ears through earphones, ouch, that were attached to the helmet. Bubblelina fell to her knees, screaming in pain. Ooh. And oh boy, like I said, I'm not sure, but yeah, make it sort of. I don't think it's that is quite as bad. It is painful, but I don't think it's as bad as if somebody put a fire alarm up to your ear. Ouch, boy. Or that episode of SpongeBob with the drive-through when those girls used the bullhorn to yell into the drive-through speaker and hurt Squidward's ear. Ow! Yeah. What did you do to her? Asked Star, aiming his star laser at the force field in his cage. Say, same thing that might happen to you, Star Boy, said Willie. Target took out a target cutter. We'll just see about that, wise guy, he said. Wait, guys, don't! Before Sword Girl could finish, Star had fired his laser and Star had thrown his target cutter. When the two forces hit the force field, the same thing happened that happened to Bubblelina. They do that, finished Sword Girl. Then she said to Willie, you link these helmets with the force field so they activate that high-pitched noise you made at the beach. And if they try to escape. Well, aren't you a little Miss Smarty Pants, said Willie. Well, you're not smart enough to get away this time. So it looks like I outsmarted you all. Not quite, said Vanamex. Then he took off his cape, threw it over himself, and vanished. After that, Vanamex appeared behind Willie and tapped his shoulder with his wand. And Willie turned around. Nice trick, he said. Vanamex held up his wand at Willie. Now release my friends. Oh, okay then. I guess I have no choice, said Willie. Then he went to the computer, pressed the button which caused Vanamex's helmet to do the same thing it did to Star, Target, and Bubblelina. Willie laughed as Vanamex screamed in pain. Then he deactivated the force field to the cage Vanamex was in, quickly ran a nearby computer chair into him, and rolled him into the cage and set the force field back on. I know that's supposed to be very dramatic. I know this is supposed to be a dramatic scene, but what this was making me think of Willie while Vanamex was in pain, Willie rolling him with the computer chair back into the cage. It reminded me of the California Raisins when AC was like he didn't want to perform for Lima Bee anymore, and Lima Bee was like, man, he's like, I can't sing this stuff. Yes, I see what you mean. Perhaps what you need is a break. And a big drum came out of nowhere and rolled AC out the door. So it kind of reminded me of that. Not really. So, so these are the super brats I've been hearing about, said a voice. And everyone saw Anthony enter and approach the cages. Anthony Westwood, said Star. You're the BTB agency's most wanted criminal. That's just a label placed on me because I misunderstood, said Anthony. Oh, I'm so sure. Splicing animals' DNA with humans must be so hard to understand, said Target sarcastically. Misunderstood. Now it started to make me think of that scene in DuckTales with Director Buzzard. Like, you're a bad guy. Well, that depends on your point of view and definition of the term. And well, I guess in this case I am a bad guy. Say, I wouldn't be one to talk, boys, said Anthony, considering the fact that one of your teammates is half human, half sea animal. Hey, at least my form is natural and not a forced experiment, said BUBBLELINA. Good point. Says you, said Anthony. Like, anyway, now that you all are out of my way, I could carry out my plan of having an entire army of genetically spliced mutants. You see, with Willie's help, I easily obtained the gene stabilizing serum. Then I duplicated it into my splicing serums. Now, when a person takes one, the animal DNA will stay in their bodies forever and never be removed. You'll never get away with this, said Banamax. Like, the BTB agents will find you, said SWORDGIRL. Like, I'm afraid they won't, said Anthony. He brought up a picture of the condemned amusement park in the middle of the city borderline between Shreveport and Bossier. That condemned amusement park, yeah, that actually is a thing here in Shreveport, and that's the actual location, right at the Jimmy Davis Bridge, which is between Shreveport and Bossier. That park before it became condemned, it used to be active, and it was called Hamels Park. I remember because I think I had a birthday party over there back in elementary at some point before they closed down. So, yep. So that actually does exist. Yeah, I don't know if it's still up there though. They may have torn it down by now, but yeah, when it closed down, it was I do remember it still being up for a while there. Oh yeah, at the condemned amusement park, he said, by hacking into the Bossier City Air Force computer system, I will use it to send out a distress call to the BTB agents that are searching around Oil City for clues. The distress call will tell them that you're all trapped in the location on this screen. And once they arrive, I'll activate the cubes I've hidden there, releasing the splicing serum mixed with the gene stabilizer serum in gas form. And every agent will become a mutant having no choice but to work for me. Get a little sip here. And now that stabilizer serum making it's so many things that I'm getting reminded of here. The stabilizer serum is making me think of something from the Proud Family movie with Dr. Carver, a descendant of George Washington Carver, when he was when his clone was his peanut clone was making other peanut soldiers and other peanut clones take over the world. I will say, and now the stabilizing formula being voiced by Arsenio Hall. What for me? And don't forget our deal, said Willie. BubbleLina, the mermaid, is my payment for all of this. Before I do that, Willie, give me a minute to test out my new serum personally, said Anthony. Then Anthony went into his pocket, took the test tube containing one of the splicing serum, opened it, and drank it, of course. Suddenly, his shoes vanished and his clothes magically changed into a pair of jeans and a muscle suit with 4 holes in the back of it. Oh yeah, because some of BubbleLina's DNA is in there. That explains the magical transformation. Mhm. After that, claws grew out of his feet and hands, and 4 octopus tentacles came out his back through the holes in his shirt. Finally, his skin became completely bronze yellow all over. Willie and the Dream League looked and gasped in shock at what they witnessed. Anthony looked at himself and chuckled. I think I'll call myself Octorus, he said. Octorus. Impressive mutation, said Willie. It's very fierce and sinister. So now do I get my mermaid? Octorus wrapped Willie with one of his tentacles and suddenly sprouted out needles, Then the octopus beak sprouted out the other end. Yeah, I actually looked up. Yeah, they do have. I don't think it's like a bird beak, but yeah, it actually is a body part on an octopus. Okay. And then some of them do have needles on them. Sprouted out the other end, and Anthony aimed it at Willie. As of right now, silly Willie, our alliance is terminated, he said. Silly Willy nilly. Don't call me that, you double-crossing two-timer, said Willie. Octorus squeezed Willie harder, causing the needles to sting Willie bad. Ow! Surprising you didn't go for backstabbing, he said. Maybe next time you'll listen to mommy when she tells you not to talk to strangers. Then Octorus quickly hit the button on the computer with another tentacle, quickly placed the helmet on Willie and threw him in the air. After that, a cage like the one the Dream League members was in came out and captured Willie. Talk about a double cross. And that's Anthony in his form as Octorus there. For this universe there. Oh boy. How could you break our deal? Asked Willie. When you mentioned about the mermaid, BUBBLELINA, I realized the splicing serum with her DNA would be powerful, said Octorus. Then he changed back into Anthony and continued by mixing the princess's DNA with the octopus splicing serum and the gene stabilizing serum. Not only can I control my mutation, but I can do it without ripping my clothes during the process, just like in the video you showed me of her. And once those agents get there, they'll gain the same ability like magic. Chapter 9, YERO's Surprises. Meanwhile, back at the beach inside the Hero bus, YERO had just finished the new invention for the Dream League. Then he exited the bus, went through the beach. They went through the beach and searched through the woods. Eventually, YERO spotted an old cabin. Then he saw a helicopter approach, and Anthony climbed aboard. YERO waited until the helicopter left and set the invention inside the cabin after using his computer system to access the hidden teleportation code in the cabinet. He teleported it to Willie's lab. Willie and the Dream League saw a large, spiky-haired orange spider the size of a mouse. What's that? Asked BUBBLELINA. That would be Hastum, said YERO to the Dream League communicators on their watches. Heroic animatronic spider tracker and more. This little guy is going to set you all free. And Hastum. And there was actually a little orange stretchy spider I actually had, so that's what I used for the design of this little guy. There we go. At the moment, all the cages force fields were turned off. The Dream League exited the cage and took off the helmet. However, Willie couldn't get out. Hey, what about me? Asked Willie. Don't worry, guys, said YERO. I made sure Willie gets a special pickup. Then we'll get to catch up to Anthony before he gets to the amusement park and make the call, said Star. Hey, I got something that'll help you guys out. Dream League and Hasta went outside toward YERO and noticed 5 saucers. Hey, what are those? These are your new saucers, said YERO. I designed each one according to your costume. Star and Target, I'm sure you remember yours. As for the rest of you, Sword Girl, you get the Blade saucer. BUBBLELINA, you get the Bubble saucer. And Phantom X, you get the X saucer. Now, once you stand on them, they'll link to your thought waves and allow you to fly. However, in order to steer and balance them, you'll have to use your body. Think of it like a unicycle. You mean like this? Asked Sword Girl, getting on her saucer. Then it began to fly up off the ground a couple of feet. Looks simple, said BUBBLELINA. BUBBLELINA and Phantom X got on their saucers. As it started to fly them up, the two of them started to wobble and lose their balance and fell off. YERO caught them. Don't worry, guys. I'll have Hastam act as a training wheel for now until you adjust to it. Thanks, YERO, said BUBBLELINA. You got the saucers here. Sort of make me think of those saucers they had that I mentioned about in Power Rangers Kroger Force there. Yeah. And I think this is let's see, let me just make sure. Yep, the final chapter. A team effort there. Anthony had just arrived at the condemned amusement park. He put the helicopter on autopilot in order to exit by jumping. But as soon as he got to the parachute, he started to jump. He noticed the Dream League approaching on their saucers. Hastam was with them too, using his webs like a rope to help BUBBLELINA and Phantom X maintain their balance. Hey, how did you all get free? Asked Anthony. Let's just say the Lord works in mysterious ways, said Star. Well, I'm going to work in an obvious way, said Anthony, by getting rid of you brats. And he jumped out of the helicopter, quickly changed into Arcturus, and used one of his octopus tentacles to grab the landing skid, swing himself up to the top of the tail rotor. After that, he fired a barrage of poison ink from all the suction cups on his tentacles at the Dream League. Sword Girl quickly placed a psychic barrier around everyone. There's got to be a way to get closer to him, said Phantom X. I could try with my camouflage mode, said Target. That wouldn't work, said BUBBLELINA. Even if Arcturus cannot see you, that poison ink could still hit you. Then what do we do? Asked Phantom X. Star thought for a moment and an idea came to him. We'll have BUBBLELINA use her bubble shield to get her and Phantom X closer to cease Arcturus' attack. BUBBLELINA and Phantom X gulp. But how will we manage that trying to balance on these saucers? Said BUBBLELINA. Concentrate, said Sword Girl, just like you did the first time you unleashed your powers. I don't know about this, said Phantom X. You have to have faith. You have to have faith, said Star. Just like the soldier had faith in Jesus to heal his servant. You guys got to do the same thing. Phantom X and BUBBLELINA thought for a moment. Then they motioned for Hastam to release his webs. Soon as he did, Vanamex threw his cape around himself and vanished. And Bubbleina took the cape, formed the bubble shield around herself, and charged at the ink. After that, she bashed Arcturus off the tail rotor and threw Vanamex's cape at him at the same time. Oh boy. Combo attack. Ah! As Arcturus was falling, the cape went under to catch him and started flying. Arcturus started to jump, but Vanamex tapped him on the shoulder. But before you jump, you might say, you might want this, said Vanamex, holding Arcturus's parachute. Arcturus growled angrily as the cape quickly landed. Arcturus and Vanamex got off the cape, and Vanamex placed it back on. The rest of the Dream League landed. It's over, Arcturus, said Star. Not quite, said Arcturus. You brats may think you outsmarted me, but I still have my cubes. Arcturus quickly took out a remote and pressed the button, causing all the cubes to release the serum gas. Vanamex formed a barrier around himself and the rest of the Dream League. However, Arcturus used his tentacles to absorb all the serum gas into himself, which caused him to change into a 14-foot octopus with 20 tentacles. Whoa. So he pretty much grew just like Sia the Snake Woman did. Leave it to the bad guys to get the big head, said Target. They always think bigger is better, said Vanamex. At least I'm still ahead of the plan, said Arcturus. As you can see, I've absorbed the gas from my cubes. Now I can spray it at the agents when they get here, and they'll still be under my control. Not if we take you down, said Sword Girl. Yeah, you big bully, said Bubbleina. I see I'll have to squash you, irritating insects once and for all, said Arcturus. Then bring it on, said Star. Dream League, go! Arcturus lunged out his tentacles at the Dream League, but missed when they scattered. When they got on their saucers and flew around Arcturus to confuse him and get his tentacles tangled together. It was about to work until Arcturus caught on to the plan and activated some hidden robot tentacles that fired missiles at the Dream League by surprise. They tried to dodge the missiles, but the impact from the explosion sent them flying in two different directions. Star, Target, and Vanamex crashed into a nearby roller coaster. Sword Girl and Bubbleina crashed into a ride called the Hyper Spinner. Now for some amusement for you kids, said Arcturus. One of the robots pressed the button to activate the Hyper Spinner and roller coaster and pulled the switch to make them both go dangerously fast. Arcturus laughed watching the Dream League trapped in the ride. Eventually, the rides broke at the extreme speed, sending the Dream League flying into the sky. Goodbye, Dream Brats. Then Arcturus' tentacle robots fired a barrage of missiles at the Dream League, which exploded on contact. Arcturus laughed some more. Now nobody can stop me. Suddenly, all the robots were deactivated, and out of nowhere, Hastum appeared and jumped and appeared. The tentacle that jumped on Arcturus' face. Arcturus launched his tentacles at Hastum, but he quickly jumped out of the way, causing Arcturus' tentacles to hit his face and knock him into the ticket booth. Then he noticed himself floating up to the sky. And stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Hey, what's going on? And he noticed Sword Girl levitating over him. Arcturus quickly activated the missile launcher on his helicopter, making it fire missiles at Sword Girl from behind. However, Star showed up and blasted the missiles with his star laser. Then Star tried to fire poison ink from the suction cup on his tentacles, but Sword Girl teleported two swords in front of her, spun them around to shield herself from the ink. Eventually, Target flew in and threw target catchers at Arcturus. The target catchers caught on to Arcturus' tentacles, stopping his ink spray and giving him quite a shock. After that, after the shock ended, Bubbleina flew in, and all four of them took Arcturus down, took Arcturus by one of his tentacles, swung him around and around, like the saying, around and away we go. They threw him up in the air, and when he started falling, Bubbleina quickly fired a barrage of bubbles toward the ground, which formed into a giant bubble. The bubble caught Arcturus and exploded, which sent him flying into the Ferris wheel. The four landed in front of Arcturus as he came to. It's not. Let's see. It says a four. Okay. It's not. It's not possible, said Arcturus. How could a bunch of kids do all this? A magician never tells his tricks, said a voice. Suddenly, the seats that broke off the ride earlier from the sky, they fell from the sky, hitting Arcturus' head as Vandermex appeared. As I said before, the Lord works in mysterious ways, said Star. Dream League, called another voice. It was YERO. Use your hero team sword to revert him back to human form. Yes, sir, said the Dream League. Vandermex took off his cape, tossed it to the sky. After that, the others tossed their weapons into the sky. The sword, the target bow, the psychic sword, and the bubble triton. The cape covered the weapon and changed it into a hero team sword. Then the Dream League took hold of it together. In the name of Jesus, you are defeated, the Dream League. But what? But with that said, the Dream League struck Arcturus with the sword, turning him back to Anthony. Fade. Well done, Dream League, said YERO. I'm proud of you all, and so is Jehovah God and his son Jesus Christ as well. Although the Dream League won this battle, there are other battles and adventures that lie ahead for the Dream League. However, if they keep their faith in God and maintain their teamwork, then through God's Son of God, Christ Jesus, they will succeed. And you can too, my readers. Be sure to read the next book and find out what the next venture is. Say what the next venture will be for the Dream League. So, yep. And of course, the final pictures there. Got the full shot of the Dream League there. Of course, Jesus, me and Jesus, that I got baptized at 5 there. Yep. So, yeah, so that would be all. That would be all. Whoo, finally finished it. So now I gotta go take care of some stuff for tomorrow there. So, as for now, y'all definitely give a like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to support to buy available books and support us on Patreon, as well as the Miracle Crew. Also, definitely like you hang out with us in the live stream. Also, hang out with us on Facebook and on Discord. And with all that said, we will see you in the next. Excuse me. Next video. Yeah. So take care, everybody. And, end right here.